Hello everyone, 'tis I, Mr. Fox, with a review for Apes Warfare. Yes, this is a game that recently came on my radar. I've been always interested in the Adance Wars series. It's always been a classic of mine that I really enjoyed. I have played Advance Wars by web, a very cool site. Everything is free. If anyone's an Advance War fans, I recommend go and create an account and play online for free with other people. I think that's where generally the most fun can be had. But Apes Warfare, to sum it up very shortly, it's a successor to Advanced Warfare. It's got its unique spin. It does its own thing, but obviously the inspiration does come from Advanced Wars. So I just wanted to say my pros and my cons, and then a final score at the end. So overall, I think the balance of the units in this game, it's there. I don't think any one unit is too OP or underpowered. There is a unique refill mechanic. So in the Advanced Wars, units would typically have a primary and a secondary weapon. Not in Apes Warfare. Only the infantry, I think, have infinite ammo. Everyone else needs to be refueled at a city or APC or a carrier. There's actually a few unique units that actually refill other units. So initially I thought that was a downside, but then thinking it over, typically in the Advanced War games, nobody really builds APCs other than to transport units or to, kind of further them along, movement skip. So this actually might be a good idea to give more use out of all the unit roster instead of just kind of building one or two units. The meta is still tanks, tanks is the main staple, your bread and butter, and missiles and rockets are still hard to use. Artillery will probably dominate the indirect, but overall, balanced and very good. The art style is pretty adorable. It's very flashy, catches the attention. I personally like it, with the terrain, the units, the weather changes, something I will actually get into. The soundtrack is pretty good. My favorite being the lava one. That lava one, that beat, 10 out of 10 for me. And the weather effects, currently, the only two weather effects that I found in-game have been a winter weather effect, which causes the sea to frost over, so land units can actually walk on it. However, once it defrosts, any land units still there sink and you lose them. Very cool idea. And the second is a volcano, which initially, it's only on one map, the volcano. The ice one, if I remember correctly, was either 2 or 3. But the volcano one, it coats the area in hard, like lava, where you could walk with no penalty. But after that, it turns into lava. Now, your units can cross the lava, but they take increasingly more and more damage. They stay on the tiles. So that's a nice thing. I hope they add more weather effects, but right now, very good idea, very cool. And I think it's unique to Apes Warfare. I know that in past Advanced War games, weather would do some sort of effect on the map, with fog of war or reducing movement or taking fuel away, but this one is more impactful and you really do feel it. It's very unique to it. And honestly, the faithfulness towards its inspiration, Advance Wars. If you're an Advance Wars fan, this will scratch your itch rather. So, right now, the powers in the game, there's only 3 powers. This is good and bad. 4 actually. I think there's a healing, damage ground units, air units, sea units. So there's 4 powers. Each of them, I feel, are balanced. They can tip the fight in your favor, but it's nothing too broken. I found that the powers were pretty fair. And the stable multiplayer. Now, there is a catch to the multiplayer. The multiplayer The issue with it is the player base isn't really there. You kind of have to go to their Discord and match up with somebody there. But the 5 games I played to test it out to see if it was stable, never a crash, never a desync, no issues whatsoever. So that's a very big positive. And there's also an extra challenge mode, which is the War Arena. I can quickly show it here. These are basically just little challenge maps you can play through. Each of them give you a star rating, and there's a decent amount. The maps shown in here, I think, are the exact same maps in the multiplayer, which is a nice amount. But they need to add a few more maps. But what's there? Very good map design. I think it was made by people that have experience playing Advance Wars by Web. And a lot of the maps in Advance Wars by Web are typically balanced around multiplayer play. So keep at it, and this will only grow in the future. So I'm hoping they keep at it. That's for the positives. Now for the negatives. Now, I played a fog match, and I'm not sure if this was the case, but I initially did not see a unit. But then, because my power overlapped it with another unit, it somehow smacked the unit while it was still in cover. I'm not sure if that is how it played out. I was then told by the person I was playing against that I had a unit that was that could see the base, but it was weird that I couldn't see the unit before the power smacked. It was the swatter, which does damage to all ground units, so maybe that's not a bug here or there. One bug I definitely saw was my opponent was capping. They were capping a base, and when I revealed their infantry, it didn't show that they were capping, so that needs to be fixed. One unit that might be a little bit too strong, but only in certain situations, is the sniper. The sniper is a unique unit to Apes Warfare, and it's good against drones. There are quite a few unique units. I don't want to spoil them. I hope people play the game and actually find out all the different units, because they're fun to play with. But the sniper, it's more of an anti-infantry and drone unit, and it was dealing about 20% to a tank. Now, given the tank was pretty close to the sniper, and the closer you are to the sniper, the more damage it deals, but I think maybe tone down the damage, at least to vehicles. Another thing that's bad about the sniper is it's very hard to distinguish a sniper from a trooper. So a viewer from my stream actually made the recommendation, and I do agree, is just have them with the full ghillie suit and just big binoculars, you know, something funny, cartoony that fits the style. Now, in the game right now, you can compare how many units you have, but there's no overall unit count. So maybe add that for statistics so you can see how you are without having to just count it and individually count it. Another thing is commanding officers right now in the game. And again, the game is in beta, so they're going to add more and more things. But there's nothing unique about the commanders. There's no day-to-day, there's no unique power, so they definitely have to add the day-to-day bonus, but when it comes to the power, maybe add a unique power that fits their playstyle, their character design. So, there's that. A big miss for me, are the lab missions. There are missions in this game, and multiplayer maps where you have to capture all the labs to win. Now, on paper this isn't bad, but what ends up happening is the game stall out horrendously. For single player, it's just it's tedious. But thinking on the multiplayer aspect, if a player doesn't want to surrender, they're just going to drag the game out, and that's just not fun for either person, either party involved here. I think they need to add a wipeout condition or capture, 20 properties and you win. Because typically, if I on a lab mission have wiped out your entire army, you're typically not going to come back from that. It's basically GG at that point. So please add something, developers. And at least from what's here, the story I felt was a bit bland. The band is cute and everything, but there was nothing too interesting. I kind of wanted to just skip the dialogue. There was nothing too interesting. But maybe they'll improve it or add more things. They definitely need to add actually 2 more factions. You know, we have the blue faction, the red faction, we're gonna need the yellow faction, the green faction, and the dark faction, you know? Just to round up the original OG faction colors. But so far, I am very impressed with what they have here. This is actually the first game that GigaQuest makes. I'm not sure if they're just partnered with Stoic Entertainment. Maybe it's like a collab. But, hey, what's here? Very, very impressive. If you're an Adance Wars fan, I would recommend picking this up. It's on sale right now, 20% as a recording of this video. And if I had to give it a score out of 10, I have to say it's a 7 out of 10. There are a few flaws, a few tweaks, a few improvements that need to be done, but overall, a solid game. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on this game. I hope everyone enjoyed the review. If you did, please comment, like the video. Catch me over on Twitch. My tag is Kahaku_Fox. I play a variety of games. And as always, I wish you all a fantastic day. I'll catch you all next time on the next video. See ya!